session this morning in the different breakout sessions. We will now wrap up the discussions and the ideas which came out of the different breakout sessions. But before we start into that, I just give 2 minutes to Marion Tobler, who has making a quick announcement for a request and basically an offer for cooperation. Please. You put on the button.
Good afternoon. Yesterday when I checked my emails, I got an email from a client of ours, and he said, "Well, you're in Bogor, you should contact the CIDOR because we want you to push them into our proposal." Well, they are preparing a proposal on integrated management of water and other natural resources. And if somebody from the CIDOR in Bogor is here, I kindly ask you to contact me because that would be an opportunity to participate. Thank you very much.
So, thank you very much. So it's a good sign. It seems like these sessions work and bring really together researchers. So once again, hello in this session. Now in the plenary session, it's going to be about a 1 hour session. Maybe before we start, I just introduce quickly myself. My name is Christophe Elinaud. I work for the International Bureau of the German Federal Ministry of Education and Research. And we are part of the CENET, and we are the coordinating team. The aim of this session is basically to bring together the ideas and of course, the results of this morning's 3 different breakout sessions we had on food security and food safety, on health and infectious diseases, and on energy and biofuels. I think we have put a lot of burden on our moderators and rapporteurs. Not only have they been steering and moderating and putting notes in this morning's sessions, but they also had a very short lunch in writing up the presentations for this plenary session. Now, I'd like to introduce the moderators and rapporteurs. In the food security and food safety session, we have on my right-hand side the moderator, Dr. Sylvie Levicki-Desnaux from CIRAD France. Rapporteur Eko Hari Purnama from the Bogor Agricultural University in Indonesia. Then in the breakout session on health, infectious diseases, my left-hand side moderator Jessica Wright from the British High Commission in Singapore, and the rapporteur James Green from the British High Commission also in Singapore. The breakout session on energy biofuels has been moderated by Professor Lefebvre, Director of the Center for Energy, Environment, Resource Development in Thailand. Rapporteur on my left-hand side, Dr. Nuwang Chulakup, Senior Researcher at the National Metal and Materials Technology Center in Thailand. So the moderators and rapporteurs had been asked to give a presentation, 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, on basically 3 topics. One is to give a short overview on the topics of the session, and then more importantly on 2 topics, the possible or imminent topics in their session for future cooperation between Europe and Southeast Asia. And then the third point, also linked to the discussion you had on the SWOT outcomes, possible instruments that are missing and that should be developed to foster cooperation in that specific field. So we will do like following. We will run the 3 presentations on the 3 breakout sessions, and then afterwards we have a common discussion, and you're invited to comment or to add if you think your moderators and rapporteurs have forgot anything in their summary, but you're also of course invited to comment and ask questions on the other sessions in which you have not taken part. So I would like to start now and give the words to Eko to start with the key messages from the food safety and food security session.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for the chairman for giving me this opportunity to deliver the key message that we have from the food safety and food security session. And to start with, I would like to give an overview of the topic that were covered in the session, in the food safety and food security session. So there were 5 technical topics and one general topics. The first presentation was on the adaptation of rice production under climate constraint, and from the presentation we have a clear information that there is an increasing demand on the rice and rice products, but at the same time there is an increasing constraint on the production of rice itself. So that situation actually lead to an alternative approach to solve the problem. And then in the second presentation, there is a presentation on the impact of climate change on fish production from aquaculture and fisheries. And very similar situation also observed from this presentation, that there is a clear impact of climate change on the decrease of fish production, both from the aquaculture and from the fisheries. And in the third presentation, we have a presentation on the innovative methods and tools to reduce new food and feed contamination pathways in the context of climate change. And in this presentation, it was discussed about different type of food contamination, food and feed contamination, and there was also presented by the presenter the recommendation from the Southeast Asia Net. And in the fourth presentation, there was a presentation by Dr. Boyatno on the international food trade in relation to food safety changing issues and its implication on food security. And in the last presentation, there was discussion on food, fuel, and fiber, whether it is a competition or a synergies. And there is, as I said, there is one general presentation on opportunities and pitfalls for science and technology cooperation between Southeast Asia and Europe. And from those presentations that we have some conclusion. The first one is that when we are talking about food, then we have to talk about 3 main things, which is about safety, quality, and security. We have from the food security and food safety session, and then now we come to some of the needs to provide specific funds. Is the specific 2009 specific call to 2001 applicant from Southeast Asia region. I think this is simply because most of the researchers in this region think that the application mechanism and the reporting mechanism is somehow too complicated. And the final thing is to initiate collaboration. We think that EU researcher might offer young scientists in this region, in the Southeast Asia region, to join an EU project. So it's just an invitation for them to join the project as initiative point. I think that's what I can say, and thank you for your attention.